Right, so I've got a couple of videos, a couple of images here, a few images of um, some strange things that I've caught in the sky um, last week. Right, so these are taken in low light. That's why they look a bit grainy. Okay, so the first image we've got here. Let's have a look at the file information. So this was taken at 8:20. Okay, now before you say anything, the light in these screenshots is not the sun. At this time of year, the sun goes down below the horizon, well below the horizon, around about 7 o'clock. And at this time, you can check on your Sky app. If you look for the sun on the Sky app, the sun is like about 20 degrees below the horizon. Right, this is not sunlight, okay? These were taken after the sun had set. Okay, so we're just gonna go through these. I'm just looking on. Why is that? I can't see the button on the screen. So what we have here, we have a rather cloudy looking sky. It wasn't raining. We've got a really black. Can you see these black dark clouds, which are obscuring the low, about what 700, just say 700 feet between here and here. There seems to be a 700-foot wall of black thick clouds that's covering the horizon area. And so as I've arrived here, and mind you, this is pitch black, okay? The only thing that this is a low light photograph taken in night mode. So it's a photograph taken in night mode. You couldn't see anything. So basically, see, with the naked eye, the only thing that I could make out was a slight glow above the mountains, which is what made me initially get my camera out, because there was a slight glow down there. If I could turn the exposure down, you would see what this looks like with the naked eye. It's been brightened up by the night mode, okay, which is why you can see like distortions and graininess because of that. So basically, it's a dark sky, everything's dark, and there's a slight glow there. Right, let's just move on. Right, so note the cloud, note the black chemical, thick chemical, because this is what they're using to create a screen to hide this sunrise. Right, because we're going to see some really strange images that I've got just in the other day, on Wednesday the 29th. Note how straight these are. This looks like a visor, doesn't it? Right, and you can see that it's like a visor has opened up in the dark section of the cloud. So see this dark thick cloud here, this is what they're using to block out this sunrise. It's a sunrise, and you can see all this black cloud here. You can see the clouds here are white. You can see these clouds are darker and black because they've concentrated loads and loads of thick clouds in this area of the sky, just at the horizon, to block out the like 700 feet off the floor. And you can clearly see that it looks like a curtain. And there's like a black curtain of like really thick clouds, and it's there purposely to hide something. Right, so let me just go back. Note this, the black chemical cloud here. Right, you can see these. They appear in the images and they move. So let's go to the next one. See the next one. Right, look at it compared. It's slightly to the left, right? Because I wanted to get this part of the sky in. So you can see the next one. There's some movement of that black. It's a jet black cloud. Look at it, and you can see the way it moves. So you can tell it's a chem cloud. It's a smoke screen, and what is it doing, right? I've looked at these yesterday, and I've kind of studied them and worked out what's going on here, so I can easily speak about it. So you've got a black curtain of cloud, okay, And you can clearly see that there's a visor here that's opened up for some reason. I mean, it could be a current of air that's blown past, but why is it so straight and why is it so like a window, you know? And you can see that in the last image there was a black chem cloud here, and you can see that it's spread out here as if it's expanded. These images are taken in sequence. Right, so here's the chem cloud, and you can see it's quite thin and wispy here. And you look at the time, 8:19 p.m. It's pitch black out there, and the sun is well below the horizon at that time, and the moon was well below the horizon too. This is 8:20, so it's a minute later, and you can see that that wispy black cloud has turned into a big, it's expanded, hasn't it? It's expanded into a bigger thick cloud. Let's move on to the next one. That's a close-up of it, and you can see that this cloud, which is the same type, look how dark that is, look at that. Look how dark these clouds are here. Look how low they are. Look how low they are. Right, so this cloud has expanded because they're trying to cover this patch here. Let's move to the next one. You can see it's moving across. These are taken in the same minute. So you can see they're desperately trying to cover this section of the sky. That's a zoomed out view of it. But you can also see there's a giant triangular dark outline there. I was going to say I've not seen these in a while, but I've actually not been out of the house in weeks. Well, I've been out to get shopping and things, to go to shop, but I've been staying in the house for a while. I've not actually been out. But yeah, that's just sitting there. You can see that's a triangular outline. You've seen these before. If you have a close look at it, it's shaped. It's got really defined shapes. Look at you've seen the amount of these I've caught, and it's just sitting here overlooking another obscuration of the clouds. Right, so this is at 10 to 9 the same night, and this is one of the most clear pictures, right? So they're trying to cover this area here, which seems to be thinner. You can see that it's all black here. It's all black cloud, it's all black cloud. You can see it's taken in low light. It's pitch black. That's why it's all blurred and it looks like that. Look, see that? Because it's taken in low light mode and night mode. So I've taken this, and so you can see this is taken, what, 10 minutes after this, okay? I don't know what I was doing in then 10 minutes. I was probably just talking to myself. Okay, so 10 minutes later, it's opened again, and it's revealing what's behind the smoke screen, and what's behind it is an obvious light source. Right, let me just remind you that the sun has set and is well below the horizon. I checked on the sky app, the observatory app that I've got, and see the sun was like, woo, right well below the horizon. And see the moon was like on the ground. See when you point your camera down, that's where the moon was, so it was directly under the earth. So we had the sun under the horizon and the moon under the horizon. So this is neither. And you can even often, you can see some kind of shape here to it as well. I mean, that might not be the obvious body to it. This is thick smoke screens here being created to cover this sunrise or sunset. It's one of the two. Wait till you see the other pictures I've got. Right, so that was 10 to 9, that one. Pitch black. Oh, right, they're not in sequence. I've got a video as well. I'll put the video on. I'll need to put that back on. It's really grainy. Right, let me just pause it and just give you some context. Okay, this is pitch black. The sky is, well, it's dark, but the sky is glowing in multiple directions. See this? That's in the south. The sun has set in the northwest and it's below the horizon, so this is not sunlight. There's also another light source up here, and directly above me there's a red light source. And on the other side of the sky, to the north, is an orange light source, right? So let's just play. It's a screen recording, so it's not good quality. You can see here. We'll look back at it. Right, it looks like a reddish light source here, and it was directly above me where I was standing. I think it's a red Kachina, because I've got the blue one as well. I've not got the blue one on video, but I've got an image of the blue one, so it definitely is the red Kachina. See that there? Skip back. See that? See, I'm just panning around and you can see how dark it is. There shouldn't be any light sources. That's a light source. And that was up to the north, to the west. So this is a separate light source, and it's huge in the sky above in the thick clouds. That's why I'm looking at it here, because there's a light source behind the clouds here. Make sure there's one there. I'm looking down. I look back up at it. Now I'm looking up. I think I'll look up again. By the way, the aspect ratios are wrong. There we go. You see this thing? See, I'm trying to zoom in on it. Mind you, it's a recording in photo mode. A screen recording in photo mode. As soon as you put it to video, the low light is terrible. I mean, we can't all afford infrared cameras, or a good camera that can record well in low light. I think I'll look around the other side here. But by the way, see the thing in the north? You can't see it. So see that the pictures that we just looked at, that doesn't show up in the photograph in the video because it's too dark. So let's just go back to that again. You can see this. I'm panning up here, and you can see this thing here. That's the red Kachina. There must be, because there's a blue one as well. I've got a blue one. And it was directly above my tent a couple of years ago. See how this red light source here is directly above my head, directly overhead? Well, I've seen another, and it's a stationary. It was there when I came back. But see, when I came, see after I came back, I seen it. But see then, a big thick black chem cloud came over and blocked it. So they're obviously in real time aware of the light that's shining through, and they can in real time cover any kind of trace of what they're trying to hide. And I'll show you that in a different image. So yeah, it's the red Kachina. It must be right. So this thing was stationary above my head, and I'm looking around at the other light sources, because there's other light sources, but then I just suddenly panned up directly above me and noticed this reddish light source in the sky. There's also something else here, but it doesn't show up. That's what we've just been looking at, but it doesn't show up. This is a separate light source, this thing in the west. Right, let's just pause it. The blue, see, I caught a blue. I don't know if people have seen it. I made a video about it. I've got images of it. I photographed a blue light source, the same as that, directly above my head. And this one was directly above my head. So these things, this is a red light source that was stationary in the sky. It's nothing else. It's a light source, and it was directly above me. And it was there when I came back an hour later. And the blue one I've caught as well, I'll put them side by side, was directly above my tent, and it was shining through the clouds for as long as I could see it. Right, so let's just go back to these images. Then you click back. Man. Sorry, I can edit it out. So, new desktop 4. No, new folder 4. Duh. Right, let's get back to this. Right, so, where are we? You see that big triangular thing there? There's a definite clear triangular outline in the sky there. Bizarre, isn't it? So they're taking a picture of it, right? So this is the reddish object that was captured on the video there. It's directly above my head. And that's a picture of it. There's other pictures of it. Here's another picture of this glowing, thin section of the sky here, which they're trying to cover up. This is a photograph. I'm not, by the way, I've not processed any of these. Usually I would put this in Photoshop and try and bring the actual colours out more, but I've just left it the way it is. There's a definite light source in the sky there. That's the one in the west. That's the other one. This is another picture, and you can see there's a black cloud here. Wait till you see the other sequence of images I've got. You can see these black clouds desperately trying to cover this area of the sky here. You can clearly see, look how dark that is. Look at it, it's like a big dark curtain. This being placed directly over where the sunlight is, well, it's not the sun. Directly over where this body is rising here, blazing its light through the clouds. You can see these white thick clouds here. Right, that's another light source. That's that red thing. That's the light source in the west. See this light source here? Aye, there's something here. There's a blue light source here. Blue? I wasn't kidding on when I said multiple light sources. There's that red thing. What the heck is that? You know the Hopi prophecy? They did say that the bread in Blue Kachina were spirits. And they come here. Well, I'm not going to repeat. Go and read what they say. But they're supposed to be spirits. And I've captured a blue object stationary above my tent, and I've captured a red one. That's the object in the west, and you can clearly see that there's something there. It's not been processed. What the heck is that? What are these things? And they look as if the light source is hiding behind big thick clouds, and that's precisely where they are. That's a close-up of the light source in the west. Here's a different location. Right, now the sun has set, okay? But there's something rising here. See that? Orangey, fiery looking colour. This is more of in the westerly direction. See that light source that we're looking at in the west? That was it up in the sky, like but from another direction. So this is from another location, and you can see the light that's blazing through this gap here. They can't. I mean, how can they hide all this? It's insane. But they are. Mind, all these pictures are taken in the dark. Okay, the low light mode. The only thing you can see with the naked eye is a slight glow, but you can definitely see there's a glow. So this is on the other side of the sky to that. See, this is in the west. That's in the north. So it's brightening up the entire sky. Right, let's just go through. It's another one. Is that light source there? Now we see this one. What's the time on this? The time on this is 9:57, so it's like 3 minutes to 10. And you can see, what's that? Can you see the big thick black cloud that's been moved over here? And you can see that it looks like the side now. It seems as if they're having problems on in this area. And now, see, now that I think of it, it could be wind currents, because there's a mountain range here, right? So Ben Lomond is here, right? And there's another mountain range here, and there's a wee gap here, and there's mountains behind there. So perhaps there's a wind current that's coming from behind there, or coming from that way, and it's blowing the clouds out of the way, and messing up their screen that they're trying to make. But there's something about this area here that keeps thinning, and so they're having to constantly put big thick black clouds in the way to block it out. You'll see that in the other images. Right, now here's where it gets strange, right? Hey, what's that? 9:57, right? So that's like nearly 10 o'clock. This is 10:30, okay? So this is half an hour after, and I've been sitting just relaxing and thinking. While I was doing that, this has opened up, and you can see that this is the part of the sky that's thinning, and you can see that they've tried to hide it. See the glowing part? I should have to open. See, that part was glowing in the other images, and they were trying to put black clouds over it to cover it. But you can see this big, thick black clouds here, and they're attempting to cover that up, but there's still a slight bit of light coming through. Can you see that? And you can see how black, look how black this is. Look at this. It's a cotton. Look at it. Right, so I'm sitting here and I've noticed there's a glow. I've immediately took my camera and taken a picture of it. So a portal is opened. Now let's go through these one by one. Watch this. Right, so there it is there. Look at the next one. These are taken seconds apart. Right, look at the next one. Can you see something starting to happen? Watch. Right, let's go back. Right, what's happened here is a wee portal is opened through the veil. So it pierced the veil somehow. I don't know how that appeared, but I was sitting really relaxed. I can get myself into altered states easily. But it happened when I was just sitting there. So I do believe as if it's as a portal that's opened through this veil to show me that there's something going on behind here. But I already knew there was something going on behind there. But something has opened a portal in this cloud here. And look at the shape of it, it's kind of round. Now let's look at it again, right? Watch what happens. And this happens within a minute. So there's the next one. You can see that, whoa, they've seen that there's something there. Oh, the portal's part has opened, and so they said, look at this. A big black cloud just suddenly appears. Look at this. A big black chem cloud suddenly appears and just starts to go over it. Watch this. See it? Look how thick that is, man. And look at these clouds, look. Why isn't it white like that? I tell you, because these are chem clouds, man, and they're thick black clouds, specifically designed to block out light. So look at the next one. You can see that, look at it, it's covering it. Look at it. How the heck, how are they moving all these things? They've got insane technology to do all this, because this is happening within a minute. Then you can see it here. Look at it. It's just covered it. And then it's covered. And you can clearly see that it's an unusual, like, you can see it's been pulled. Look at the shape of it, right? It's like got a thinner part at the top here, and it's kind of fatter down here. It's as if it had been pulled over like a freaking screen, man. Right, so let's go back to look at this again. So that's it, just opened up. I mean, that's not wind. That's not wind that opened that. Right? Now you can see the shape of it. It's a portal. It's like a little window that's just opened up in the clouds, and again, they're trying to hide something here. Why are these clouds down here not white? Let's ask some simple common sense questions, right? This is a dark sky. It's all dark, it's all pitch black. And the only thing you can see is a slight glow here. But then I seen a white thing and I took the camera out and took a picture of it. But anyway, why are these clouds dark? And why are these clouds white? Right? No, there's no sunlight, but there is light coming from multiple sources. But listen, these are different clouds. That's a curtain there. You can clearly see there's a curtain. This whole black section is a curtain and it's a veil. And I've actually took a picture of a portal that's pierced the veil here and it's allowing light through. They've noticed it and they've raced to pull a curtain of cloud over this portal. You can see here, can you see how this finger, it looks like a big finger, right? And so, I mean, how is that started to go across there like that? Look at it. And I mean, it doesn't even cover it properly. It's the portal just closes on its own, but you can clearly see, look how white it is there. It's a really opened up far and it's pierced right through the veil, the blanket of cloud there, and you can see how round it is. Look at that. It does remind me of the portal shape that appeared in the clouds that I've captured. It's the same kind of shape. It's as if it's just been it looks like a window and it's just been opened so we can see what's going on. And who's opened that window, you know? Who done that? Was it my consciousness? Or was it the consciousness that's out there? Or was it a combination of the two? You know, because I was sitting in a really relaxed state here, and you know, a pretty powerful thing when you can get into an altered state anytime you want. And I think this is what's happened, because I've been sitting here for half an hour and this has just opened up. Okay, and this has all happened in front of me, man. I'm snapping pictures like, what the heck is going on here? I'm recording this. You can clearly see, look at it, man. Look at it. Right, so the portal was kind of fading, but at the same time, they've got this cloud, this big black cloud that's getting pulled over like a screen. Look at it, watch this. You can see it. See it. But then the portal naturally fades away. But I'll tell you, it didn't open naturally. We had some help to see through this, because these dark forces are using their technology to cover the truth. You know, they've got other scientists searching for systems. What are the exoplanets? What's the number then of the exoplanet we've found now? About 6,000 exoplanets? There's frickin' planets out there right now that are causing light in the sky. And they're out there blazing their light, but they're being hidden by clouds. So, and they've not been documented. We've not been told what they are. If these planets or these suns not got some kind of impact on the entire solar system, and they could be causing a lot of the ramp up in the energies that's going on. They're ramping up the energy, that's why we're all feeling it. But why have these planets, or why have these bodies not been documented and scientifically studied and given? What are their names? Is it the Niburu system? That's the only, it's not Planet X, because it's more than one body. You know, Planet X is just one planet that's supposed to be out of the orbit of, I don't know, but it's causing some perturbations on the other planets, and so they could defer that there's a large heavy body out there that's causing perturbations in the orbits of planets. That's just a single body, so it's not Planet X. It's a system. That's what I put on my Twitter. I put the hashtag niburu system because I mean, what do you call this? What are they? What are their names? I know the niburu systems have apparently got names. You know, they've all got, the moons have got names. They've got moons traveling around them. There's Nemesis, which is the star. So we don't actually know. We don't know. All we know is that there's bodies of light that are in the sky and they're being blocked out by geoengineered veils of cloud. But the scientists are still looking for exoplanets and spending millions and trillions of freaking money that could go elsewhere in a complete waste of time. So basically there's a system out there right now and it's not being acknowledged. It's being hidden. You've got to wonder what the hell is going on. Why are none of the UFO truth community channels talking about this? Because they can't keep up with current events. They're all obviously controlled opposition. They like to throw that word around a lot. Controlled opposition, but guess what? They are controlled opposition. None of them are reporting about this. None of them. By the way, there's a couple, and you know who they are, right? The people who are making videos about this very subject that I'm speaking about here and the sun simulator. There is a few people out there, but see the main core of the truth community, they're ignoring this. Do you know why they're ignoring this? Because they can't keep up with current events and they cannot discuss specific important things which are going on in the skies right now, and that must make you question these things. These people who claim to be spreading truth and speaking about like news. This is news, but nobody's talking about it. I'm getting censored. We get censored and shadow banned, like you wouldn't fucking believe. Yet they allow other stuff to be promoted, like despicable behaviour and all sorts of stuff. But they've shadow banned the truth. That's what we've learned, okay? So there's something significant going on. This bang out of order. You can clearly see that there's a black curtain on the horizon here, and it's blocking out the light of some kind of body out there. This is, what time is this? This is 10:30. The sun is well below the horizon after 8 o'clock at night. So what the F is that? And why aren't people studying it? Why are not? Why is it just the... I was going to say fringe. Why is it only the specific people are showing this? I'm not going to mention names because I'm not going to mention any channels' names directly. But you know who they are. There is people who have taken images of this and who are speaking about this. But the main core of the community is not. So you've got to wonder why. And they keep going on and about old and rehashing old things like Roswell. All the old alien incidents over and over and over. But they've not discussed current events. Right? So who's hiding this? And why are they not speaking about this in the truth community? Because they're a bunch of frauds, that's why. Because they're not speaking about the most current event that's happening right now. But we are all being distracted. Is there a system of planets out there that have been photographed and documented? Right? And you would think that the main core of the truth community would pick it up and speak about it, but they're not. Because they are frauds. They're frauds, and they won't speak about this, and it's beginning to make people think. This is the #1 current event happening right now. Never mind your UFOs and your balloons. and your drones pretending to be UFOs and your fucking frying pan lids. Never mind all that shit. You're all distracted. You just want to pay attention to what's going on in the sky. And you might see something. If you're in the right state of mind, you might get shown something. So what do we have here? We've got a light in the sky, glowing light source being covered by a big thick black cloud. Can you see that? Okay? Look at the next image 10 minutes later. The same position in the sky. A portal opens up. And you can see that's a remnant. See that big thick cloud? They don't last long, they get moved. So they have to keep continually. I don't know how they're doing this. They have to keep continually pushing black veils and curtains over this thing 24/7. Well, all night. All night? Because it could be someone down here walking their dog. Oh, what's that big light in the sky? Or they're not be able to see it properly because it's getting covered up with black clouds. And you would think it's just ambient light. And people don't question it. Because they don't look at your sky app. Where's the sun at this time of night? It's below the fucking horizon. There should be no reason why there should be light in the sky. And you can clearly see that these black clouds are not natural. These are veils and curtains being used to obscure the truth. I think there's a number of reasons why they're doing this. I think I figured some of it out. Because these things are causing a lot of energy in the world right now. The sun is going off. There's flare solar, X1 solar flares on the way and everything. No, take cover. These things are, they really can affect specific people. They affect me a lot, these solar flares I've found. But there's a lot of other energy coming from these, right? Now if you think, if there's a whole body, a whole system of bodies out there that are not being reported, are not being documented, they're not being shown, they're being hidden. And if you imagine, there's a lot of cosmic energies hitting us right now, and our magnetic field is fading as well. So there's a lot of energies happening right now, and we're all being provoked and covertly threatened by little cowards. Everybody's being muppeted and puppeted to talk shit. You can't watch nothing. I can't watch a stream or nothing without the streamer getting a hand shoved up their arse and moving their mouth. I can't watch nothing without the people getting Mr. Smithed. I can't go nowhere without people doing strange things. But see when I'm online watching streams, they're getting these streamers to talk shit. You know, I'm starting to see colours and auras and entities around people. I'm starting to see actual shit dribbling from people's mouth when they speak. And it's coming from these people who are being puppeted every time I join their streams, and they know who they are. You know who you are, I know who you are. Right, let's move on. Right, this is another picture taken across here. See the mouse? Across here. It's really grainy. I don't know what this is. I don't know what that is. You can see the orange part of the sky here, and you can see, look at this, there's an orange light over there. And the orange light over there is the same kind of colour as the sky. And that's not coincidence either. That's to trick people. Because they know that this thing is rising in that direction, and this is a local hotspot to sit and go for a walk. So if there's people over here and they see that orange light and they're thinking, oh, what's that orange light? The sun has set. Obviously they're going to be thinking, oh, it must be this light. They subconsciously must dismiss it because they'll be thinking it's that light because it's the same colour, because it's been put there intentionally to distract people from this. It's obvious. It's obvious. That light's never been there before. It's fucking orange. And it's shining down here. What is the reason for that light there? Right? I'll tell you what, it's to distract you from this that's happening most nights. They're doing this most nights. You can see the big black veil they've got here. It's a big black fucking curtain of cloud here. And it's covering this sunrise that's happening here. That, mind you, this is low light. This is why it looks really bad quality. It's pitch black. The only thing you can see is a slight glow. Move on to the next one. Yeah, bad quality there. Here's a better one. It's a wide screen view. This is the thing that's been obscured by the clouds that we've just been looking at. That's it here, and you can see that they're continually moving these big, thick, unusual, unnatural, big, thick black clouds. Why is that so black? Why are these so white? Do you know what I mean? Because these are big, thick chemical clouds designed to be dark so they can cover out the light. And then you can see over here that the light is poking through, but they don't seem to be interested much in this section of the sky, if you notice, because they've got the orange light going on here. They seem to be really, really concerned about covering this area up. And you can see, look, see that wee portal that opened up there? That's a little section of it. So it keeps opening up here for some reason. And if you look at a picture of there's a mountain range behind there. And so there could be a lot of currents flowing down there, moving the clouds out the way. And they're having to continually put these black, thick clouds, and they're moving them across. I don't know where they come from. They've got some kind of machine over here that sprays these things, or they're spraying them from downwind. But I don't know. There's some kind of these are really. I've never seen these before. These big, thick black clouds, you know. These are really, really dark, and it does look like a big curtain. And as I've said, you don't need to. It doesn't look. They're not covering them down here because they've got that orange light there. You see? There's another one, and you can see that actually there's a dark part of the sky here. So the black clouds, because this just started to open up actually. That wasn't there, and so they've raced to cover this actually. So they're starting to cover it now, which is why you can see. Look at the lines. Look at the lines. Look, can you see that? See these lines? These lines are not normal. You get straight lines when you have a storm, okay, or when you have some kind of weather, but there's no weather. See these lines here? That's an indication that they're being pushed in a specific direction. Right, let's look at the next one. Here's another one. You can just see that there's definitely something there. Let's remind ourselves that the moon and the sun is below the horizon, and there should be no light in the sky at this time of year, at this time of day. It should be black. The sky should be black at this time of night. Okay, now you can see, look at this thing, look at it, look how thick that is there. Look at that. These are thick black clouds. They must be have designed some kind of thick black cloud specifically designed for this type of situation, because that's really obvious that there's something glowing there. It's really obvious, and that's why they're really racing to get these curtains over those parts of the sky there. Just show you that a couple of times. Mind that 10 minutes later, same position, but a different orientation. See how a window just opened up in the race to cover it with black cloud? Right, that's not normal. That's not natural. I've just opened the same folder twice. That's so infuriating. I'm kidding. See that? That's the first image I took with this camera. This is the very first image I took with this camera. Is that not ironic? You know, because we're under surveillance. How ironic is that? You know, the windows are a bit of a mess. Look at the state of the windows. Is that not ironic? Because we're under surveillance, we're all being watched and tested. We're all being provoked and covertly threatened. Aye, Muppets that are getting taken over and talking shit. I don't know what is wrong with these people. I'll tell you right now. How can you just get... Do you get a gift card or something and it tells you to say things? Like, oh, say this, say that. Talk about this, talk about that. Listen, I'm not being paranoid. I'm nowhere near paranoid. No, we can see what yous are doing. I'm talking to specific people here. Talk about brave. Yous are no brave. See, you fucking puppets. None of yous are brave. Brave people don't get puppeted. Brave people don't allow themselves to be puppeted and used as a fucking weapon to psychologically attack their viewers or their subscribers. Do you understand? We can see you. We know what you've done and what you're all about. Do you understand? You're a fraud. You've been puppeted by the very people who are covertly threatening the world right now, and you've been puppeted by them for money to what? Attack your own fucking people. Attack your own viewers, you little coward. You know who you are as well. There's a few of yous I'm speaking to as well, because yous are covertly threatening people who are tuning into your streams. They know who I'm talking about as well. These are dumb robots. Tell you, I wouldn't threaten you, I'd make a promise. I'd promise you. I wouldn't threaten you. I wouldn't covertly threaten you, I'd promise you. See somebody who can just get muppeted and Mr. Smithed and easily just able to talk shit, and you can actually see the shit coming from their mouth in the etherical, energetic realm. They've all been weaponized. Don't watch these people's streams because they've been weaponized. See if you're a targeted specific person and you tune into one of these Muppet streams, they've got a script and they're hearing voices in their fucking minds or something. They've got Bluetooth in their minds. Have they got Neuralinks already? You got a Neuralink, you're hearing voices. They're hearing voices to tell them what to say. So they are. But other people follow the guidance from their heart and from their inner voice. These people are being guided by a different voice. And it's telling them to talk shit. These people have been seen now. So they have. And yous have lost all credibility and, I mean, anything. Yous are a bunch of frauds. I don't know if yous realise how visible you people are. And yous are not role models either. You streamers, you Muppet streamers, see if you're not a Muppet streamer, you'll not take offence to this, but see if you're a Muppet streamer, you are working, you're being weaponized to attack psychologically your viewers. And your viewers are calling yous gods and kings. Yous are nowhere near gods. Yous are a bunch of half-wit degenerate Muppets. See you streamers that are getting called gods, yous are false idols. You're a false idol, man. Nobody should look up to you, because why should people look up to you when you've been weaponized as a Muppet? You've allowed yourself to be Mr. Smithed. You've allowed yourself to be puppeted and muppeted. You're not brave, you're not courageous, you're a little muppet. But people are calling these people kings and gods. You're nowhere near a god. How dare these people call these false idols gods and kings when they're being muppeted by technology to attack and psychologically attack their listeners and their viewers in their own homes? But people are calling them gods and kings. Let me tell you right now, you're nowhere near a god and a king. You're a little muppet with money, aren't you? You've got nothing. You see when you put your money, get your money out of the way. What you got? You've got fucking nothing. You got nothing. But do you know why? Because you turned on your own fucking people. That's why. You're a disgrace. You're nowhere near a god or a king. You're none of them. Just because you're good at a fucking computer game, you think you're a fucking god and a king. You're a muppet. You're a muppet and you're a disgrace. They're not gods and they're not kings. See these streamers, they're not gods and they're not kings. They're muppets. Don't look up to them. And these people are being promoted. You see people who are trying to spread truth and awareness, we're getting shadow banned and censored. While these muppets are getting promoted. There's something seriously going on with my account here. The amount of amazing stuff I put on here and just gets ignored. Right, while you muppets get promoted. These are attacking your own people. Psychologically, you don't attack anybody in real life because you're a little pussy. You get squashed, you little muppet. But you so easily get muppeted to fucking psychologically attack people and talk shit. Don't me give a fuck about you. Do you think you're putting people in fear? Well, that's what you are trying to do. You're a bunch of little cowards. You are not brave at all, man. You're a bunch of little cowards. You're just coming from the top. You're a bunch of muppets. And you have allowed yourselves to be used to attack your own people. So, good luck trying to self-reflect or have any consciousness or clarity, because it won't allow you because of what you've done. And look at this. You know people would not take this serious, no? You know what that is? That's an eye that appeared in the clouds. Let's have a look at it. Shadow banned. See that? Shadow banned. Shadow banned and censored. This image here. Do you know why? Because it's the eye of something. That's getting shadow banned. Let me just show you this as well. Here's another one. You think he's a fake? You're a puppet and a muppet. You've not got a clue. It's a real McCoy. There's an eye over the mountain there. How many times have I caught that and it's getting ignored? I'm fucking sick of it. Let's look at the stats on here, shall we? Censored. Shadow banned. Want to see if it's not getting shadow banned? Fucking other shit. But this is, see these two images here? These are the most shadow banned and censored, tampered with, manipulative posts I have put on this website. This shit fucking hole, Twitter, which shadow bans the truth and promotes filth. Don't you? We're just trying to spread awareness here and showing what we've seen and what's been shown to us. What's going on? If you want to take a look at my Twitter, go to my Twitter. It's Entropy Gamer. Go to my Twitter and have a look at what I posted on here. Because it's 100% real. It's getting shadow banned and censored. And I don't think it's right. Look at that beautiful image I've taken here. It's an eye, it's awareness, it's aware and it's watching. It's pure awareness. It's been shadow banned. Shadow banned. Censored. See if I posted a picture of my dick on here. I bet you would have more views than that. And I tell you what, that says something about the state of this platform. See if I posted on here, I'm going to shoot people and all that, blow people up. See you puppets, by the way, I'm going to blow you up. See if I said that, it would probably get promoted and not shadow banned. But see this is getting shadow banned and censored. These two things here, and these are the most remarkable images. Now, I've just had a couple of engagements there, but these are the most remarkable images the world has ever seen. But they're getting ignored and shadow banned, and there's other filth that's getting allowed, and other like misinformation and everything else. And there's me just going off there because you get fucking sick of this shit. Sick of it. No, I'm making a new art piece, and this is inspired from real events. If you can look at that and figure out what it is. I've got a new one. I'm going to put a red sun here. No, I'm going to put a yellow sun here and a red sun here. I'm going to connect them. Right? See that diagram? That cosmogram, whatever you call them. It's inspired by real events, by current events. But I feel as if I'm being ignored. And I know that my account manipulated and tampered with by the very people who are hiding what I was just speaking about there. The bodies of light that's in the sky right now that nobody's talking about because you're a bunch of muppets. You're a bunch of frauds. You want to see a real person? You want to see a real person? Listen to this, man. These are a bunch of fakes. Let's have a look at this. This is a bit nuts. Because the last solar flare really hit me really hard. And it was really, really affecting me. It's basically what you can see here. It's pretty self-explanatory. Has anybody seen the film The Close Encounters of the Third Kind? Right, well I was watching that last month. And see when he starts drawing the mountain over and over, and he was eating his mashed potato and he made mountain out of his mashed potato, and he was obsessed with this thing and kept drawing it. Well, I'm kind of like that, but that was happening to me before I seen the movie. And it was only last month I watched it, and he was obsessed with this mountain, and it had a funny shape. It was like the Devil's Canyon, and it had a weird shape, and he kept drawing it everywhere. And yeah, I feel kind of as if there's some kind of I can empathise with that guy in that movie. Right, let's have a look at this. Right, so we've got the mountain. I made this like with no thought whatsoever. It was just basically a diagram explaining what's going on. This is not a doodle, or this is not anything other than what's happening in my life. If you could try and figure it out. If nobody knows what this is here, I'll tell you what that is. It's supposed to be the Earth in a box, but it's hidden behind a cloud. Can you see that? It's in a cloud, right? Which means that it's being hidden or covered up. See, so it's a blue orb with a red square. And inside a cloud. So I'm basically saying that the Earth is contained and hidden within this cloud. I don't even know how I put it there. So here we've got the mountain, we've got the eye. We've got like a stargate here, because that's what it is. Well, inside the mountain, I don't know why I put these things here, but these are just basically energy points inside the mountain. That's the DNA. Here we've got You know, I'm supposed to put here a Merkabah, like a Star of David. I'll show you the other one I've got. I've not actually. So you've got the triangle there, which is a symbol, and you can see the colour of it. See how there's a purple dot? You've got the 7 rays, and one of them is going and see the sun? The sun, that's going down this way, by the way. It looks as if it's emanating out here, but it's going both ways. So it's basically this high energy. Wait, so so this is a galaxy, right? You can see the spiral galaxy. It's kind of got a spiral shape, and it's got like these things that are coming out. These are indicating energetic energies, right? So there's an energy coming out from the center of the galaxy. It's going through the sun. It's coming from the sun through this thing here, which is a hidden planet, which I've actually taken a photograph of. It's been shadow banned as well by the puppets, by the same puppets who are telling these puppets, getting these puppets to be puppets. They know who they are. They're a bunch of puppets, man. These are a bunch of fakes. They're a bunch of frauds. And I'll tell you to your face, mate. You're a fraud. Let me just plug this in. Right, so we've got it's connected. So there's energies coming, and you note the colours as well. The colours are purple to indicate something here. See how the centres are purple, right? And the gate's purple because it's all connected, right? Look at it. Look, you see the centre of that? It's purple. That's purple. That's purple. It's quite a self-explanatory diagram there. And I've got another picture. You see, that's a new picture of the eye. That was strange. I got a lot of strange stuff. Here is it here, and you can see the new one has the Merkabah around the Earth, right? And you've got this discharge thing that's connecting all the planets, right? See it? And you can see this one. That's the one that's got hexagonal form in the centre there. But look what it is. If you notice this one, it's right at the summit of the mountain. Okay, that's indicating something. You need to work it out. You've got the eye here, which is what I've seen, which is right. And then these things up here, and I'll tell you what these are supposed to indicate. These are galaxies. Okay, there's only 3 of them, but these are indicating galaxies, right? So they're all connected, and so the galaxy's connected to that's why I'm going to put a sun here. I'm going to put a yellow sun and a red sun and connect them, and they're going to connect to this because there's high cosmic energies coming through the sun from the galactic center, and we're being bombarded right now with high energies. And guess what? The magnetic field is weakening. The magnetic field of the Earth is weakening at a really dramatic rate. And you know, see when we are see when life is exposed to cosmic rays, it can cause a lot of different effects, and one of them is mutations. So we're coming up to the age of Aquarius, okay? The 2024, and that's when a lot of things are gonna, well, this is when we totally transition into the next age. Okay, I'm not going to get into that, but I just wanted to say that right now we are being bombarded with cosmic high energies from all sorts of places. I'll tell you, one of the places we're being bombarded from is the sun, right? And the sun is going off right now. If you've seen if you've seen the solar, basically there's loads of sunspots on the sun right now. The sun is going off. It's just released a an X1 flare. So it has, and it's hitting it off right now. I can feel it. It's just going to hit people with loads of energy, high energy, and it's going to discharge into your body, and it can see if you're feeling emotional, it can make you feel more emotional. It can amplify how you're feeling and amplify your emotions. And so if you're it can just amplify what you're feeling. But these energies are also going to hit your energy vortexes in your body, and if your energy vortexes are blocked, you're going to feel it. So see if your throat chakra is blocked because you don't speak enough, because you don't speak your truth enough, and your throat chakra is blocked, then you're gonna feel a real, like, it's really hard to explain the symptoms. I've been trying to think about it, how to explain them. It's really, people who feel it would know what I'm talking about. Not the puppets, because they don't feel it, because they've not got their energy points activated. They've shut down. They're in a fear state. That's why they're so easily controlled. You spot them a mile away because they've got a negative energy, and they just talk a lot of shit. And you're like, oh, I want to switch this guy. Why am I watching this shit? Because he's been puppeted and he's getting used to fucking psychologically attack and try to a vampire off my energy. I'm talking about these people because I like to connect and watch live streams, but lately I've been watching live streams and they get Mr. Smithed in front of my very fucking eyes and start talking shit. They know who they are, they know what they've fucking done, and know what they've fucking done is saying as well. The things that they covertly, subliminally fucking say. Little cowards. You're a little coward. You're a coward, man. I'm telling you. You're not brave. You're not brave. Who gets a hand shoved up their arse and gets a mouth moved? A brave person doesn't allow that to happen. I'm telling you. You're a coward. You're a little coward, aren't you? We can see you. We know what you've done. And we're coming for you. Do you understand? You a bunch of little frauds. You think because you've got money in a fucking Lamborghini and followers, you think you're clever. You're a traitor to your own fucking community. Telling you. You fuck with my community. You fuck with the gamers, you little prick. You're just monetizing them. I can't stand them. So I've got a lot of love for the gamers and for people, but these people are just manipulating and threatening them covertly. They're my people. They're threatening my people. Right, so here, what we've got here. So look at this, right? So we've got the mountain again. So, so we've got the mountain. You can see what's going on. Let me just see this here. That's the same colour as that, so it's indicating a core. It's basically a galactic core. It's a galaxy, right? And all galaxies are connected to other cores. You see that? But there's a lot of strange stuff going on. And I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about the puppets out there on the internet, on social media, who've been puppeted. They know what you watch, and they've see every single person that I watch a lot of live streams. See every one of them, they've been puppeted and Mr. Smithed to try and psychologically rape my mind. Because they're little mind rapists. And they've also turned the streamers into little mind rapists. And people are calling these people gods and kings when they're little mind rapists. So they are. But they've done this to everybody though, this is the thing. They've done this to everybody. Every single person I know has been Mr. Smithed. I think these are a bunch of traitors. These are a bunch of cowards, and you have let yourselves down. They know what they are. But they think because they've got money, they think they're clever. Right, let's look at this as well. This is strange. This is really strange. I made a video 12 years ago. And it was a big city. I spent 5 years building it. You know, a lot of it was therapy. But I built a city, it was called Pine City, right? And after I had finished it, I built a platform. I used a cylinder that was pre-made. It was an object in the game. I didn't render it. I didn't model it. It was just a cylinder, an alien cylinder that was in the original Crisis game. Or was it Crisis 1 or 2? I think it was Crisis 1. Is a cylinder with a spiral staircase, okay? I can show you a picture of it. And the spiral staircase took me a while to put together. So I don't know why I was doing it as well at the time. It was just therapy. But basically I built a platform on this, it was a new island that I had built. If I could show you the picture of it, oh here it is here. Let me zoom out. So you've got see, this is the main, zoom, this is the main like the island, like main city over there. But then I built this, which is the new, what did I call it, new town. And then I put, here it is here, right, I put in, you can't zoom in on this because it's on Twitter. But basically there's the platform there, it's a cylinder with a spiral staircase going around it, with a platform. And the spiral staircase took me ages to rotate the places into, to rotate the stairs into place. Anyway, it took me a while and I don't know why I was doing it. I just thought, it just fitted, you know, because these are pre-made models from Crisis 1, from the mod SDK. And it's basically just a section of stairs at a 90-degree angle, and I've rotated them into place, and so it's going around like that. And so then I made a platform and put I put 4 switches at the top of this platform here, and each switch was connected to a flow graph, and in the flow graph, each flow graph set off a series of specific events, right? One of them was a plane. It was a cargo plane that was on an animation track view that flew from here all the way past there, right? Another one was boats that drive down here, and you can see me shooting at the boats, and I've modified the ammo type. So the Scar is firing a explosive round. Anyway, and then the other sequence was an alien ship that came through the mountains, and the mountains had been actually shaped like that to allow the ship to come through that direction, but it came through the cloud, and it set off a particle. Hey, it set off a particle, a big explosion particle. I thought they had something. See this cat? I think she's getting hit by cosmic rays as well, because she's just constantly wanting fed. Right? Right. So then, I set off some particles that exploded, and I could watch the video. Let's show you the video, the actual full video. No, that's not it there. No, is it? Here's the video. Yeah, let's just pause here. Right, you can see the start. Move! You can see here, these are switches. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're different switches, but they're connected to flow graphs, right? And so here, see this mountain here? This is a height map that was really like heavily modified to make a peak, and I had like a mountainous terrain. But see this gap here, this gap was made to allow the ship to come through the mountains. This is 12 years ago. And you can see there's a tower here with this magical sphere. But basically when you press one of these buttons, the alien ship comes through the cloud here, comes over the top. Meanwhile, the big particle explodes and aliens appear, and then it whoosh, disappears. Watch it. You can see there's a sphere on top of that tower there. Let me skip this bit. I press the button. Which is the plane, the cargo plane. I'll press that again and then press it right. No, it was that one. No, there's a ship there. See it come through the clouds? So I built myself a platform, I pushed a button, and a fucking alien ship comes through the cloud. Right, it does its thing. You know, it floats around for a while. Meanwhile, it leaves behind absolute chaos. Like, look at that. Like a big spherical particle starts emanating outwards, and then an alien spawns. And there's also a big, it doesn't really matter, it's just a big particle. But I thought that was really strange, because something similar happened. When I seen something in the cloud, it wasn't an alien ship, but it was something otherworldly. And so I think that's it's kind of prophetic as to what happened. It's 12 years old. Look at the video, look at the date on it. It's 12 years old. Look, 2009, August the 27th, 2009. It's 12 years old, but it shows something coming through the clouds, over the mountains, while I'm on a platform, pushing buttons. So I thought that was strange. And that's basically everything I wanted to speak about here right now. I just wanted to let these Muppets know that these are a bunch of frauds. These are a bunch of frauds, and you see the only people you are fooling is the sleepers. But see us awake people, we can see you. You stand out like a sore thumb. You see, if you're thinking you're fooling anybody, you've got another thing coming. Get off that. I don't want to see that. See, man, telling you. Right, and also, the truth community who are not speaking the truth. What was that all about? Right, the truth community is promoting liars. The truth community is not talking about the truth. I'll tell you that there's only specific people who are talking about this right now. And if I look at my my liked videos, nah, it's not there. I'm not going to mention any names, but there is channels that are reporting on these light sources and that are being seen in the sky. And there's also something going on with the sun. And I'm not talking about the solar flares, I'm talking about the hexagonal sun. The bright, blinding hexagonal sun, which has been up there for a while, and we've been normalised to it. So basically what they've done, right, they've swapped out the sun, right, they've swapped out the sun. You know what else they're doing? They're covering up planets and stars that are rising in the sky. You know what else they've done? They've put the entire world in a trance, in a sleep. know what else they've done? They've enslaved the entire world's human consciousness until recently it's kind of woken up, and it will continue to do so until these parasites have lost their grip on us, till we break free of their slimy little fingers and their influence that they've had over us. Because they've put the whole world to sleep. They've turned our families against us. They're muppeting people who we are. They're muppeting live streamers. They're destroying the planet. They're putting people through trauma and stress and abuse. They're putting the planet through the same thing because they're also raping and abusing the planet. But why do we need to be abused and traumatized to evolve? Tell me why. That we need to go through horrendous, lifelong abuse and trauma just to expand and become aware. Why does it need to be like that? Why can't we just have decent parents who bring us up in the correct way and teach us everything we need to learn when we should be learning, like all this advanced stuff that they teach people in their 30s. This should be taught in school. I'm talking about, I'm not going to get into it, right? But we're not getting educated properly. We're having to educate ourselves. People are getting indoctrinated just to remember information. Is there anything else I wanted to speak about? Because, well, I've got this video on here. Just these Muppets. Just you Muppets out there. Just you Muppets and frauds. Just stick with your wee communities to make you feel important. Right? Because yous are not important at all. See your wee communities and your wee brainwashed followers that you've got who call you gods and kings. You're nowhere near a king. You're nowhere near a god. You're a traitor. You're not even brave. You're not brave. You're a woman. You're a woman. You've been turned into a woman. You've got no testosterone. See, if your family was under attack, you couldn't even defend them because you've been turned into a woman. See, if your world was under attack, you couldn't do nothing about it because you've been turned into a coward, right? Okay, they're turning men into women, and I'm seeing it, and people are following them and idolizing these degenerates. I might cut that out. It depends. I might at least leave it in. But I feel as if there's role models out there who are not exactly role models. They're false idols. And I wouldn't let my kid anywhere near these people. See these streamers who have been puppeted, and they know who they are. I wouldn't let my kid watch your content because you're a piece of shit. You're a coward and you're a despicable disgrace, and you've dishonoured the entire world with your despicable behaviour. Do you understand? And it's all going to come to light. Don't worry, this is just the first. I'm telling you, see you people who have covertly, psychologically tried to attack me. You're going to know about it. I'm telling you right now. You're going to feel it, by the way. Nobody fucks with me. See you fucking Muppets who've been psychologically trying to attack me. What goes around comes around. And I'm telling you, I'm no coward like you. So see when what gets done to you, what you've done to other people, just remember what you've done. Be very worried. Be very worried. Do you know why? Because you're guilty. You're guilty. Do you know what? And I hope your consciousness eats you up inside. And see when the whole world's consciousness is expanding. And all you people who have been turned into Muppets and have turned against their own people, you people are going to feel sick, by the way. feel sorry for you. I really feel bad for you, because you know what? You people are going to feel ill. See, you people who have turned against your own families, your own friends, you people are going to be sick. Believe me, you're going to be sick very soon. Sick of yourself and sick of what you've done. You try and covertly threaten people, man. But they use little cowards. They use little cowards to try and covertly threaten you. But they wouldn't do fuck all. Wait, here, I'll give you my address, come to my door. You can try and covertly threaten me. Send me a message, I'll meet you somewhere. I'll meet you anywhere you want. Right? You want to covertly threaten me? Send me a message, I'll meet you somewhere. What else am I going to talk about here? Right, so that's getting shadow banned. These little muppets who threaten people covertly, they don't get shadow banned. Their Twitter accounts are not getting manipulated. I mean, they're trying to manipulate the minds of other people. Oh, by the way, these are a bunch of mind rapists. These are a bunch of mind parasites. These are a bunch of rapists. See, when you try and violate somebody's mind, you're a rapist. I'll just end it on this note. The energies are going to ramp up. So they are. And nothing's going to stop what's happening, by the way. You can ignore it all you want. Ignore it all you want. Shadow ban it. How you hide your planets in the clouds. Let me tell you, right, you've ever thought about the fact that there could be civilizations on these planets? Civilizations. Right? Life exists on every single planet, right? There's no planet out there that's void of life. There's a system of planets here, a family of planets that are here, and I guarantee you there's a civilization on them, and they're an advanced civilization. It could be the home of the gods. The home of the gods. You know what? They could be the ones who are initiating all the testing that's going on. But let me just say something. We're in the end of a yuga cycle, of a new cycle, and so we'll be coming out of the age of darkness. We've been in the darkness for 6,000 years. While the consciousness, apparently we're connected to Sirius. Sirius is our second star. We orbit around Sirius, but there's an elongated orbit. See when the two separate, that's when we descend. We descend into darkness, and consciousness falls and dwindles, okay? But then see when we come back around, consciousness rises again as we come closer to our sibling star. And so at this time now, we're getting into a new cycle, and as we approach the age of Aquarius, and the energies are ramping up intensely, incredibly, energies are ramping up. Things are being hidden. We're in the age of deception. We're in the age of androids, artificial intelligence, and muppets who like to covertly threaten people. Right? We're in the age of betrayal by our own families and our friends. We're in the age of complete and utter puppetry, theatre, and fakery. But at the same time, there's a lot of real stuff going on, and people are having a hard time distinguishing the difference between truth and lies. People seem to have a really hard problem with it. I don't understand it myself. Right? But a lot of people can't see these little fools. But when see to us, they stand out like sore thumbs. These plastic fakes with false gifts. They've been hijacked. Their minds have been hijacked. They've been programmed, and they're actually a talking mouth for the same force that's covering up this. You're a bunch of muppets and you've got no honour. You're a dishonour. You've got no honour because you're a traitor to your own people. So you've got no honour. You're not brave. Don't watch Braveheart, by the way, because don't be inspired by Braveheart because you're not brave. You're a coward. So don't ever watch Braveheart, okay? Because you're a coward. You might watch Braveheart and might think you're a hero for 2 seconds. No, don't even watch it. Don't even watch it. Don't even be inspired by it. Because you have let yourselves down and you have allowed yourselves to be intimidated and recruited into the puppet android artificial intelligence system, and you are being used to psychologically rape and psychologically mind rape your fellow brothers and sisters. You are a disgrace, and you have been told you are a disgrace. What you are doing is a fucking disgrace. Nobody told you yet. What you're doing is a disgrace. You're a dishonourable coward, and you've turned against your own people, and you stand out like a sore thumb. Don't ever think that you can do things in the shadows. Those days are gone. Those days are gone. You can't operate in the shadows anymore. You are in the light. You are well seen. You are illuminated. You have been seen. Do you understand? So there's a big veil of cloud. Look at the big black veil of cloud there. See that triangle? See that triangular ship there? Or whatever it is. You've seen the film, the emergence, and the Unimind. You think sci-fi is fiction? Let me tell you, the fictionalized reality. The fictionalized reality. Do you know what that means? And did you know all good art imitates life? Well, that's what sci-fi does. It imitates life. Okay? What's the name of that film? The Eternals. The Eternals. Right? Where are they from? The sun. They're from the sun. They're here and they're helping the emergence and the evolution of this species, of the evolution of the life on this planet. We're being helped. We're being supported. They won't allow world wars to happen. There's another thing, they're trying to scare the world. You know, after these energies are ramping up and people are really, really, really getting energized and really energized and activated, right? Well, at the same time, we're having loads of fear tactics thrown against us. So we're being fucking feared with fucking nuclear war. After this virus shit happened, people are still walking about with masks on, even though they don't work. It's an absolute circus, right? And so now we're being covertly threatened by muppets. You want to go, you muppet? You want to go, you little muppet? We're being covertly threatened by fucking streamers. So don't watch the little pricks anymore. But let me tell you, they are doing it. They are covertly fucking threatening people. That they're getting gift cards to turn against their own people. They're despicable. Somebody needs to speak up about them, and I am speaking up about them now. No, there's an awareness happening in the world, and it's awareness. It's aware. It's aware. And so, if you think you can operate in the shadows when there's an awareness around, you've got another thing coming. Because we can see in the dark. We glow in the dark. We are the dark. You think you're the dark. You hide in the dark. You hide in the shadows. You're scared to come out in the light because you wouldn't come out in the light because what you're doing is wrong. You're out of order. Let me tell you. You know, these people are out of order. I don't know who they think they are. They think because they've got thousands and thousands of followers, they think they're something special. You're a joke. You're just coming from the top. You're a joke. That's coming from me. You're a joke. See you streamers that are fucking being clever, being puppeting, having an hand shoved up your arse, working your mouth. You're a little puppet and you're nothing. You're nothing, even with all your views and your... Hey, listen, you want to speak about truth on your channel? Say something true. You just can't even say nothing. Even you truth community people, you just can't even speak truth because you get demonetized and censored. You're scared in case you get kicked off YouTube. And not because you won't be able to reach people, but because you won't be able to be monetized and make money and monetize the own people who you're supposed to be supporting and informing. No, but a lot of them have monetized the very people who they're supposed to be helping. So it is. The whole place is crawling, absolutely crawling, with people who are in the arena for their own self-interest. There's a lot of that going on. There's a lot of self-promotion. There's a lot of egotistical, narcissistic energy vampires happening as well. And they've trauma trapped some of their viewers. They traumatized them. It's called trauma bonding. So they've trauma bonded their viewers. They know, you know who I'm talking about. You. You're a fraud. You're a fraud. Hey, why don't you speak about some real current events that's happening right now, instead of events that happened freaking 50 years ago, like Roswell? You know, something interesting could have happened back then, but there's current events happening right now. Why aren't you talking about this? Because yous are frauds, aren't you? Yous are a bunch of little frauds, and yous think yous can psychologically attack your own people and psychologically attack me? Who do you think you are? You're a little fraud. You're not brave, you're a fraud. Okay? No, this is all getting hidden. People who are in the position to make people aware of what's going on here are not doing so. They're not doing so because they're scared their channels might get demonetized. So that's the whole demonetization is a form of control, isn't it? I mean, see, if you want to make money, go and get a job. Go and get a job. Go and get a paper round. Go and work in the till if you want to make some money. Why monetize the people who are searching for truth and answers? But you have monetized them. Yous are parasites. That's coming from me. Yous are parasites. And see those poor people who are watching your content and who are being psychically drained by you monsters. I'm all for them. I'm all for those people who yous are psychically attacking and draining. And it's clear as day what yous are and what yous are doing. This is not your topic. Just because you've been in the topic for a while, you're only in the topic to make money and to self-promote yourself. You're not interested in the truth. You talk about controlled opposition. A lot of them are controlled opposition. And we only watch them because there's no one else to watch. We just want to know. We just want to know what's going on. We just want to keep up to date with the topic. We don't want to be shagged psychologically by you and by your other muppets and puppets, by your guests that you have on your show. People just want to learn about the topic and connect with other fellow people who are equally interested in learning and connecting, but we're all being parasited from the monsters and the cretins in the truth community are feeding energetically and psychically from the people who are supposed to be spreading light and information and knowledge to. There's parasites who have gravitated to the center of communities, and we know who they are, and they're well established parasites who have gravitated to the hearts of these communities and who are now feeding from people. And it's not cool. It's not cool. You people have been seen. And I think, see, to do such a thing, you have to be some kind of weirdo, sociopathic psychopath. And you've underestimated the ability. See the community that you people have inserted yourselves into. This are the most aware, astute people in this world. And yous are trying to play games with them. Yous are trying to play games with them. Yous are trying to psychically attack them and basically rape their minds. And yous do it every time yous go live. Every time you spread information, your content is geared to affecting people's psychological space. And it's been going on for a few years and nobody really says anything because they're well established little parasites and they're nested in the hearts and cores of communities where there's influential, where there's impressionable people who are being victimized, abused, harassed, monetized, and used and abused by these parasites who are at the heart of the truth communities. They can't keep up with current events. They're abusing their viewers. They're abusing their subscribers. They cannot comment or speak about current events. So what use is they? What use are they? If you can't speak about something that's going on right now that's been hidden, such as a system of planets in the freaking sky that's been obscured, such as the sun simulator, the hexagonal sun, the big glaring sun, the LED light array that they put in place of the sun. They've hidden that. What was I saying earlier? Did I finish what I was saying? They've replaced the sun. They've replaced the sun. And they've blocked out the heavens. They've brainwashed the world. And they've inserted parasites into the very communities which are just trying to search for the truth. And these people are being fed upon and victimized by parasites. Yous know who you are. Yous know who you are. Yous are a bunch of parasites. And we're coming for you, because do you know what? See the people who yous are mind raping. I care about those people. Because there are people like myself who are just searching for truth, want answers and just to connect to people, but they're being shafted by these cretins who have got nests. And they've gravitated towards the centre of the truth community. These people need spoke about and they need absolutely demolished and annihilated. Right? And there's people who are trapped watching these people because they've been trauma bonded by the psychological operations that's in their content. Basically, the mainstream media is, I mean, I've not watched mainstream media in years, but I remember it being really, 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 really fucking threatening and psychologically, just all sorts of I mean, see, if you watch mainstream media right now, you might be normalised to it, but I've not watched mainstream media in over 4 or 5 years. Okay? I stay away from it because it's toxic and it's poison. and they're psychologically doing the same thing that these cretins are doing right now. So basically, we've left mainstream media to go to alternative media, okay, to get information and not to be psychologically raped by these creatures. But guess what? These creatures are in this alternative community as well, psychologically attacking people. I'm saying something about them because I'm not a little coward. I'm not a little puppet, and I'm not being used as a system. I've not got a hand shoved up my arse and work in my mouth. I'm speaking from my heart, like I usually do. I work from my heart. I speak from my heart. And I'm not under any kind of mind control. I escaped the Matrix and I destroyed it. The people who try to hurt me are still continuing to do so. Trying to. They're using my son right now. I'm having to go to trial, family court, to see my son because my own mother, who has psychologically and emotionally abused and neglected me my entire life, is running a smear campaign to destroy my son's future. She's being helped by my ex-partner, who's another sociopath. She's got two she's a psychopath. My mother's a psychopath, and my ex-partner's a psychopath. Her mother's a psychopath. So basically, there's a bunch of demonic, mind-controlled muppets who are trying to attack my son, and I'm having to go to family court just to see my son, while I'm seeing all sorts of I see all sorts of stuff all the time of people neglecting their kids and all sorts of stuff like that, and I've not done nothing to warrant the time that I've been divided from my son. I've not done nothing. They are using my son to attack me. I'm telling you right now, I'll defend myself. I'm not a little coward. I give an F. I'll protect myself and my family. My family's under attack by a bunch of muppets, and I'm having to somehow get through this. I'm awakened to a lot of things. I'm starting to see things. Things are getting shown to me. Out there, there's forces out there, things are showing me. I'm having off the scale things are happening to me on a daily basis. Off the fucking scale. My family is under attack. My 5-year-old son is under attack by his own mother and by my mother. The reason so basically I've not seen my son in 2 years. Basically what's happening, this dark force that's controlling the world and who's enslaved the entire human consciousness has invaded my entire family since I was a little boy. They've taken over my mother, they've taken over my sister, they've taken over my brother, right? They've taken over my family, they've taken over my friends. They've infiltrated everybody. Everybody I've ever known, everybody I speak to gets Mr. Smithed. They start talking shit. They get their mouths moved. They've either got a Bluetooth in their ear or they've got their Neuralink. And they just start acting strange. Right? There's a lot of fake people out there and they've got false gifts. Which is the gift of life. Or the gift of awareness. They've not got that. Right? I don't know if they're test tube babies or something, I don't know, but there's a lot of fake people out there. And the world is under attack right now. We're being covertly threatened by a bunch of little cowards. Don't be scared of them. Don't be scared of them. They've threatened all sorts of things, man. They've threatened all sorts. See, they're subliminal, covert threats. They've threatened all sorts of things. All sorts of things I've been covertly threatened with, and that's why I'm absolutely wanting to rip your spine out, man. I'm telling you. See, you people who have covertly threatened me, you're gonna receive. You're going to be worried. Be very worried. See, you people who have covertly threatened me, be very worried. That's all I'm going to say. telling you. I'm signing off. Bye.